obviously the last game over the weekend, the Ravens
Bills, yeah.
Yep, Ravens Bills. The Ravens lose, and couple turnovers in the first half, but I mean, they fought back. They were down 11 at the half, fought back, held the Bills to 2 field goals in the second half at home. Incredible. Had a chance to tie the game. Had a wide open pass. Mark Andrews couldn't hold on to it. I mean, you could throw that pass 100 times. Seriously. And he would catch it 99 times. Like
0.9 even.
It's just unbelievable. And he had a huge fumble as well after a nice completion by Lamar. And, of course, it's always going to be Lamar can't win. This is 6 years that they weren't able to advance or get to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great player. He's going to win his 3rd MVP. So this is what comes with the territory when people expect greatness.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to look at yesterday and just think it was Lamar. That was a situation where his team needed a touchdown in the final minute or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Drove him down, threw a great pass for a touchdown.
Right in the hand.
Am I right?
I mean, my daughter catches that.
I mean,
shout out to my daughter though.
And you haven't seen Mark Andrews. Like he's in hiding. Like he's got to be. And what the reports were that he was bawling in the locker room after, and Lamar went over and gave him a big hug, and everyone's come to his defense. They're teammates. You got to catch that ball. I'm sorry. Like that is not. They said something like he hasn't had a fumble and a drop pass in 5 years together. Like it just doesn't happen. But those things happen, and that's where. Until you get over that hump, that was disappointing from the standpoint that he cheated us of a Lamar moment. I felt like I got cheated.
He being Andrews?
Yeah, he cheated us of a moment because Lamar did do what we wanted to see. He gets the ball back. Can he march down and get the touch? Like those are the moments we're dying for, right?
Yeah.
Playoff moments. This wasn't Lamar got the ball 3 minutes to go and he went 3 and out or 4 and out and he threw 2 incomplete passes. He marched down and got the touchdown.
Yeah. Well, I think what I like about the ending result, I like how Lamar kind of handled it more than what you're saying. Like, to your point, you said it earlier, though, he didn't throw him under the bus. Everybody kind of wanted to. And by the way, some of these very reputable sports sites got to relax on how they're doing their social media. The way people were posting it as if Lamar called out Andrews and said it was his fault. We got to hold on to the blankety-blank ball. He was talking about himself turning it over and fumbling. But everybody put it as if he was throwing a teammate under his bus because nobody actually reads and contextualizes now. We just see the headline and then comment. So I didn't like that. But Lamar, the challenge for Lamar is now you're in greatness. You're in the highest regard now, possibly about to win your 3rd MVP. So this is now how we're going to judge you. It's not going to be on, did he win regular season games? How many touchdowns did he throw?
Yeah.
And it's a compliment to him, Rob, because this is what happens when you're Michael Jordan.
I agree, but you also have to look at the context of the game.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. He did have a fumble and an interception in the first half, okay?
Yes.
So he's not perfect. He didn't throw 8 touchdowns. But he also overcame that to give his chance a team like that.
That would have been a great story.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember, Andrew Luck was down 100 to the Chiefs.
That's the moment.
And Andrew Luck came back, was like 24 down, 24 something crazy. We're like, wow, look at this, the way he came back. Lamar Jackson had a moment where this could be that fought through adversity.
That's what I'm saying. That was the moment to me where everything's gone wrong. You had 2 fumbles. There was not him, but turnovers.
Yep.
And the team had 3 at that point, and yet you're on the road. You're in this
Ugly
situation.
Weather.
There could have been and you say to yourself, Lamar, do something special. Here's the ball. You need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and you're going to overtime. That was laid on the table for us to be able to watch him perform. And guess what he did? He threw a strike in the end zone for a touchdown. All you need to do is catch
2-point.
A 2-point conversion. Not an overthrow, not a bounce, nothing. People like complaining, the ball. Dude, stop.
Oh, there's nothing to complain about. And this is the best part about it, too, for Lamar was one of the issues has been historically, he misses weird, easy ones sometimes. Like he misses the one, oh, that was right there, just throw it to the tight end. What was that? That was a perfect layup, right on the numbers. We going to, they got a minute 30, or we're going to overtime.
There's a chance you're going to overtime after doing that.
But here's the issue. Here's the challenge for Lamar. He's failed to win consecutive playoff games. People are going to hold that against him, and justifiably so, when he's this good. You're this good, 3-time MVP, most likely. Why haven't you won consecutive playoff games, especially when you start to look at all the other quarterbacks who have done that? He has multiple turnovers in games. He has more turnovers than any other quarterback in the amount of playoff games that he's played. That's an issue, and he knows it. That's why he was so upset with himself and after the game. Matter of fact, let's hear a little bit from what Lamar had to say after the game.
13, first half, I had 2 costly turnovers. Me not holding the safety, me just knowing the coverage, me knowing it was man, throw a BS interception. It was 7-7 at the time. I believe they scored after that. Battle back, fumble, snap, trying to make something happen. Couldn't throw it. It was like a RPO play, so I couldn't really throw the ball to likely, the offensive line was down the field. So I was trying to make something happen. Tried to squeeze the ball, it slipped out my hand. Von Miller picked it up, got some yards. I think that led to points for them.
So he admits it. He can't turn that ball over. He can't fumble. He can't throw a random interception. That was just like, okay. Like, what was that? They need him. And now you start to look at some other things. He's become the new Peyton Manning, which is a compliment because I think ultimately Peyton got it done. Obviously, 2 different franchises. And I think ultimately Lamar will get it done. But he's in that franchise where we kept seeing Peyton put up record numbers of passing, is setting records, first time 3 receivers with 1,000 yards. Peyton Manning was the sheriff. He was that guy, MVP winner all the time. And he just didn't look right in the postseason. Something seemed off. He was tight. Lamar's admitted he was a little too tight. He was going into a little too anxious previously. He said that this year, and he tried to ease it. And he did ease it in the second half. But the problem is the first half, and he turns it over a little bit a couple of times. And so that becomes problematic. And then when you look at this, Rob, the 2018-2024 Ravens now join the 1999-2005 Colts, led by Peyton Manning, as the other team in NFL history with 80-plus wins in a 7-season span without reaching a Super Bowl, meaning you are dominating the regular season, crushing it. But in the postseason, something ain't right, and I believe he's going to get it right, but you can't turn it over. You can't turn it over multiple times because here's the problem. It's now going to fall on you. We're going to start forgetting the Andrews in a minute.
You can't. That's a career define. That's a career define. Yes, it is.
Because, Rob, it goes to the quarterback.
I know
the wins and the losses.
But everybody who watched that, everybody said he dropped it.
Without a doubt.
There wasn't even like, dude, there were people on social media. I think Mark Andrews, and I'm just speculating, I think he has diabetes, right?
Oh, yes, he does. He does.
And there were people, Rob G., you heard this. There were people tweeting or whatever to the pharmaceutical companies, that they should raise the price of insulin or something. Like what kind of sick people are they? That's what I'm trying to tell you, though, on how they react to a football game. Mm-hmm. Like yesterday, if you were a Ravens fan or you were a football fan and you bet money on or whatever, you weren't thinking about the 2 first half turnovers by Lamar. You couldn't believe that he dropped that ball.
But Lamar, what I'm saying I get what you're. But I would argue
Mark Andrews' drop is not your typical drop.
Here's where I would challenge that. You're right for 24 more hours. Then it's going to become Lamar's legacy. Lamar doesn't get it done in the postseason. He can't beat the good quarterbacks. He can't even get to the Super Bowl. It becomes his legacy after about 48, 72 hours?
Let me tell you this.
Then it becomes what Lamar hasn't done. He's 3-5 in the postseason. Multiple turnovers off the time. He leads, again, all quarterbacks in the duration that he's been playing in the postseason with turnovers. He has 8 of them.
Okay, all legit.
Or 11, I should say, in 8 games. 11 turnovers in 8 games. People are going to use that against him. He's failed to win consecutive games. You're this good. Why can't you win 2 games in a row?
All legit. And people have a right to put that up on the table. But I'm going to tell people, be careful of writing people off. Because Michael Jordan, it took him 7 years.
Yep.
You just talked about Peyton Manning,
who finally get it right till he got it right.
Till he finally got it right. Everybody, the Celtics, they wrote off the Celtics.
Tatum.
Look how good Tatum can't win. Everybody picked Dallas last year. Like, the Boston, they can't win They can't win Everybody, they won. So All I'm
LeBron's
saying
first
is,
run at Cleveland.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, he's MVPs, but he can't win at all. So
all
it happens.
All I'm saying is his talent will eventually get there. But that was a heartbreaker in that he was able to get there. You know, and like I say, if it was 4 and out, right?
Yeah.
We'd be having a different conversation.
And by the
we would have a totally different
them losing scapegoated Josh Allen, who wasn't that great.
Didn't play that well.
Josh Allen was cool. He didn't make mistakes. Credit him for that. But it wasn't like he was out there balling and dominating.
They had 6 points in the second half.
Yeah.
And didn't do much.
Right.
And he had like 140 some odd yards. Rob G, what was it, 146?
Yeah, 147. That's what I'm saying. Now, Lamar is now scapegoated because he loses. Josh Allen gets to kind of go, whew, nobody saw me, because Josh Allen wasn't really doing it. He wasn't taking big risks. He wasn't swinging, and obviously credit him because he didn't turn it over. But now he gets the win. Again, that's the ultimate, stat for a quarterback. He gets the win and move on when Lamar is now going to be facing these criticisms. And he knows it. Lamar's fully aware. That's why he was so mad during the press conference. He was so upset at himself because he knows at this point, we already know you're great. I already believe you're the best player in the NFL, so do you. But this is what it comes with. Can you get the win? Can you make the right play?
What I took away from that game, for real, and I'm dead serious, I really felt like we were cheated for what could have been his coming out party in the postseason because they needed the touchdown. Do you know what I mean?
It was like the Kansas City game where he drove them all the way down, but the big toe was on the line.
And the big toe was on the line.
Yeah.
Like this keeps happening to him, and I keep saying, wow, like really? We're not going to see him, you know what I mean, have this opportunity. That's the way I came away from it. Yeah. Was like we were robbed of that on an easy throw,
but
like 99 out of 100.
But that's where, again, though, he can't turn it over. Like that interception was terrible. I don't know if he was throwing to Wembanyama. I don't know what he was doing. And then the fumble, he said, try to make something happen. Because here's the thing. He wants to be the reason they won, not a part of the reason why they lost. And he can't. You're too good. We depend on you too much if you're the Ravens. We depend on you is what they're saying. You can, and again, they're not going to say he cost us the game. But he knows it's his team, and they ride on his back.
I get it.
He can't cost. He has to be, man. We just lost our defense. Let it down.
But he can't. He's not going to be perfect. That's not sports. Like the idea that and he's had too many turnovers. But don't get me wrong. What I like was the way he fought back in the second half.
And that makes for a great story. And he gets his W.
That's why I think we were deprived, is because he did make a 21-10 on the road. You're down in a playoff game against Josh Allen and the Bills? Seriously.
And his stat line wasn't bad at all. The 18 for 25, 254, 2 touchdowns, a rush for almost 40 yards as well. It's just that interception and that fumble.